I want to welcome everybody this morning to our first teleconferencing recording to help with specific issues that contractors might have. Today we're dealing with an issue that's becoming more and more prevalent. More and more contractors are paying their bills with a debit card as opposed to using checks. We're going to issue today is how do I record purchases and credits using the debit card with QuickBooks. We'll start off with I make a purchase. What I do is I just record that purchase as a check. But we know it's a debit card. I show debit. I go to Home Depot, make my purchase. Now, I'm using items here because in this particular case, they're part of the construction job, and I want to be able to track all of the different elements of my contract. So in this particular case, we're buying 8-foot 2x4s. I'm buying 40 of them. We're getting $2.86. This came from the previous price that was paid. If this price changes, I can put the new price in, and that will record that. This records the job, and I'm also going to buy 2 3.0 doors for the job. And again, the pricing comes from the previous price that I paid. This gives me kind of a check to make sure of what has happened since the last time I bought them. Then all I have to do is record that. Now, if I look at my check register, I see where that's the purchase that I made. Shows as a payment on my bank account. But I can also go to several reports. If I look at my profit and loss, and I'm just going to look at today, there was materials for $364.40. But I can also, part of that, profit and loss by job. Here shows John Jones. I don't have any invoices in that, but I got the materials cost for that job at $364.40. I also have the capability of breaking that down by item profitability. And this shows my 2x4s and interior doors so that I can see the elements of my contract just from that one entry. Now we finish the job. And I find out that I've got some materials left over. Go up to enter bills, and the vendor was Home Depot that I took the stuff back to. Again, we're dealing with items here. 2x4s, I took back 5 of them. And again, I have to identify the job it's for. If you're wondering about what this little billable thing over here is, that's if you wanted to have this charge directly billed to the customer. And we won't deal with that now, but that's what that's for. And I had 1 3.0 door, and the guy decided that he only wanted 1 door instead of the 2. And I just record that, save it. Now, if I look at Home Depot, I'm showing that I've got okay, I made a mistake here. I've got to go back. That should have been a credit. My mistake. This was a credit. I have to click on that there. Now if I look at Home Depot, I've got the minus for that transaction. Now I need to put that money back into the bank because they gave me a credit on my transaction, so I go to my record deposits, Home Depot, and again, that's associated with my accounts payable, a debit card entry, and I got back a credit of 139.30. And so what's happened is that's put that money back into my bank account. I have one more transaction to go. I'm still setting with I don't have this entry canceled out here. I have to match up the deposit to that credit. So all I have to do is go into pay bills. Here's the Home Depot. And we've got $139.30 credit. I just set my credits, and so that's matching up the deposit into my bank with the credit voucher that I have. And then I just click on pay bills, and I'm done. Now if I look at my check register, there's my $139.30 back. If I go to my reports, financials, there my total materials is $225. There was the original $364.40 purchase. Here was the credits that I got back. So the total bill was $225.10. But I can also look at my report center for my job costing. There's John Jones. And again, this is my materials cost to there. And I can even go down further down to my item profitability. And there's $100.10 for 2x4s. That was the original purchase of 40 plus the return of 15. And the same thing with the doors, the purchase of 2 and then the return of 1. And everything's in balance. I hope if you have any questions, please give me a call at 480-375-1436. I hope that answered all of your questions. Thank you very much. Bye.